Welcome back. So the last episode, we talked about understanding the concept of entrepreneurship, trying to understand who really is an entrepreneur, what is entrepreneurship. And of course, we also looked at the concept of modular startup. We indeed hope that you had gained a thing or two from the last episode. So in this episode, we want to continue by trying to understand what makes an entrepreneur. So I ask you that question. What entrepreneurial qualities do you possess? Have you looked at yourself? Have you assessed yourself? Do you think that you have the qualities that an entrepreneur requires to excel? Which of the qualities do you have, and how many of those qualities have you been able to use? As we go along in this episode, we will see the critical qualities that a successful entrepreneur requires to take off. So join me as we continue in this episode. So, one of those things that we need to know about an entrepreneur is that entrepreneurs are agents of change. Remember where we started from? An entrepreneur sees a problem and it turns a problem to a profit. It turns an opportunity to a reality. He sees a gap and he bridges the gap. So by and large, an entrepreneur is seen as an agent of change. Entrepreneurs take calculated and controlled risk. So even though they see problems and they try to create solutions from those problems, they do so by ensuring that they don't create additional problems while resolving an existing problem. And that's why we say that they take calculated and controlled risk. And the reason they do this is to increase their chance of success. So it may require them to step aside from their comfort zone and challenge themselves. Is there something that makes it easy for me to do what I'm doing? What if I strip myself of the comfort? Would I still be able to achieve success irrespective? Entrepreneurs must set smart goals to help themselves stay on track. What are smart goals? Their goals must be very simple. Simple goals that will be easy for anyone to understand and align with. The goals must be measurable. You must be able to assign performance indicators to the goals that will help you measure success and how indeed successful your implementation has been. Your goals must be achievable. You don't want to build a castle in the air. You don't want to start what you cannot finish. So your goals must indeed be achievable. Your goals must be realistic. You must set realistic goals. You are not starting your entrepreneurial race because you want to impress anyone. You are not launching out your business because you want to outsmart your peers or your competitors. No. You are doing what you are doing because you have seen an opportunity and you want to make good of the opportunity. Therefore, your assumptions around how you will go about the opportunity must be realistic. So you need to set realistic assumptions and goals for yourself. And lastly, your goal must be time-bound. So your goals must have a definitive time allotted to it. When do you intend to start? When do you intend to reach a critical milestone where you can measure performance? When do you intend to start making your first revenue? When would you likely record your first profits? What would your business look like at the end of the first year? These are time-bound goals. So you must have very smart goals to help you stay on track. Also, you need to identify your goals, and you need to look for something unique that will meet a need and satisfy a want, or better still, solve a problem. So, in trying to define your goals, there must be a unique problem you are trying to solve. There must be a unique need that you want to satisfy. And of course, there must be a unique want that you want to meet. Entrepreneurs are undeterred. They never give up. They are always moving forward. They are never discouraged about circumstances around them. What if? Or why not? Whatever the situation is, entrepreneurs move forward. Entrepreneurs are always evolving. They are always refining and defining their goals. Entrepreneurs never give up. And that's what you need to be to become an entrepreneur. An entrepreneur is hardworking. And why are they hardworking? They work smartly. They work long hours when necessary. They also balance commitment to work and family and leisure. So an entrepreneur lives a balanced life. Even though they are very hardworking, they know when the time is to play. They know when the time is for work. And of course, they know when the time is for the family. Entrepreneurs are well motivated. They are driven by internal need for accomplishment, and they seek opportunities for success. Are you driven by an internal accomplishment? Is there anything at all that you think is driving you as an entrepreneur? Have you identified an opportunity in the environment where you live that can help you launch out on a business idea? Entrepreneurs are risk managers. They see risk as a challenge to be overcome, and they take calculated risk. A chance of success is greater than failure. So for them, they believe that they tend towards the path of success and the path of failure. And then they define their path to ensure they are successful. Entrepreneurs are creative. An entrepreneur has a global mindset and a view of the world in a new and different ways. An entrepreneur is a visionary, is proactive, and enjoys challenges. Those who rule their world never accept status quo, and that's the spirit of an entrepreneur. An entrepreneur is goal-driven, focused on always tracking with targets. They are very optimistic, and success is an enabler for bigger feats. So when an entrepreneur achieves success, their success does not mean that it is time to rest for them. Their success is an enabler to achieve bigger things. And that's the spirit of entrepreneurship. Also, an entrepreneur is flexible. He's not rigid. He doesn't give up when he's faced with challenges. So an entrepreneur is able to adjust to changing marketplace, changing technology, changing competition. If one idea does not work, they look for other options and never give up. It listens to the ideas and suggestions of others and always ready to learn. And that's what makes him a flexible entrepreneur. He's always open to ideas and suggestions. He's always open to thoughts and perspectives. He's always open to insight and knowledge. An entrepreneur always wants to learn. He always wants to be challenged. If indeed you want to be a successful entrepreneur, if indeed you want to become your own boss, you must be ready to listen, you must be ready to learn, and you must be ready to be challenged. So let's look at some entrepreneurial skills that are out there. The first one that you must have as an entrepreneur is the communication skill. As an entrepreneur, you must be able to listen, you must be able to speak, and you must be able to write very well. Business now is happening in an age where the global world has become a global village, where you can be in the US and you are doing business with counterparts in Japan. You can be in India and you are interacting with your business associates in Dubai. You can be in the UK and you are interacting with colleagues from South Africa. The world has become a global village. And there is a common denominator when it comes to communication, and that is language. You need to be able to communicate. You need to be able to communicate your thoughts, your ideas, your perspective, your position. You need to be able to engage with clients. You need to know what your clients require. You need to know how they require it. You need to know when they require it. You need to know in what manner you need to present your report or your findings or your solution to your clients. All of this requires a very good sense and capability in communication. Entrepreneurs and entrepreneurs must be able to generate ideas. So idea generation is a critical skill that you must have as well. It's not enough that you have a business that is booming and thriving, but you need to be able to see opportunities from your immediate environment. You need to be able to see opportunities from remote environment and be able to generate ideas from this. You need to be able to identify opportunities. You need to be able to plan and develop strategies. How do you identify opportunities? How do you harness the opportunities? What strategies do you require for those opportunities to thrive? What strategies do you need to put in place for those opportunities to become a reality? All of these are very critical to being an entrepreneur. You must be a good organizer. So organization is very important for an entrepreneur. You need to have a situation, a location. You must be identified with a position. You must be identified with a location where you do business or where you operate from. You must be able to coordinate every aspect of your business. You must be able to assemble every skill set that are required to make an organization or to make a successful business. You must have the ability to organize people. You must have the capability to set up processes. You must have the enablement to measure success. Decision making is also very important. How well can you make decisions? How well can you identify when to make decisions in circumstances of uncertainties? Not every situation can be so certain. In many instances, you make decision in a situation of uncertainty. What type of decisions would you take where you are faced with uncertainties? How realistic and reliable will be your decisions when they are taken under uncertain environments? You must have problem-solving capabilities. When people approach you, when your clients approach you, you must be able to make them better off than worse off. You must be able to solve their problems. You must be able to see beyond their problems. You must be able to offer them solutions. And so, as an entrepreneur, you must be a solution provider. You must be a good negotiator. There are times where decisions may be taken that will not be to your advantage. Would you accept decisions that are unfavorable, or would you be able to negotiate for favorable positions? As an entrepreneur, you must be a good negotiator. You must also have the capability to network. You can never grow your business in isolation. Your business will have to grow around your networks. In fact, there is a saying that your network is your net worth. How rich you are in business will determine how rich you are in your network. So networking must be a critical component to have a successful entrepreneurial career. If you must be your boss indeed, you must be willing and ready to network. For example, you may have to attend events where you will have opportunity to speak, either in presenting a position paper or maybe sharing your thoughts and ideas as panelists in conversations. You should also have a very strong social media presence. For example, you must have presence on LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Google Meets, and other social media, depending on the kind of business that you have chosen to do. When you do this, it helps to expand your visibility. It helps to expand how reachable you would be. It helps to delimit your location. It helps you to reach wider markets, both local and global. As an entrepreneur, you must be a marketer. You have to be able to sell your idea. You have to be able to sell your products and services. You have to be able to sell your thoughts. You have to be able to market yourself. If you cannot market yourself, it will be difficult for you to sell. It will be difficult for you to attract the right kind of buyers. Whether buyers of your thoughts, buyers of your products, or buyers of your service, as the case may be. So you need to be able to market yourself. You need to be able to go beyond your shells. You need to be able to go beyond your limitations. You must be able to discuss your offering. You must be able to pitch your capabilities. And that's when you begin to show elements of becoming your own boss. There is no way you can set up a business without keeping proper records. So number 11 in our list is record keeping. If you have a business, you must be a good record keeper. Record keeping is one of the areas where we have seen many businesses fail. Many businesses are not able to keep track of their operations. Many businesses spend a lot of money setting up their business, buying and selling, offering services to their clients, but they are not able to keep track on how well they are doing because there are no records to show for them. To be a successful entrepreneur, to become your own boss, you need to be ready to keep proper record of your business. You need to be ready to keep proper record of your transactions. It does not matter if you are not literate or numerate. There are many businesses today, or many business owners, who have set up multi-million dollar, multi-billion naira businesses and who understand very little or nothing about financing or financials at the time they were starting their business. Many of them learned a lot of the things that they know about keeping records in the course of doing their business. But a lot of them also hired the right capability that will assist them in getting their records straight. You may not need to hire a full-time accountant, for example, when you start up your business. You may be well with somebody who may provide a once in a month reconciliation and record keeping service to you. That way, you minimize how much you spend in terms of overheads for your finance, for record keeping, and of course, your financing. For you to be a successful entrepreneur, you must understand the act and the art of leadership. What makes you survive as an entrepreneur is the leadership qualities that you have. You must be a very good leader and a strong leader. You must be a very experienced and insightful leader for you to lead a successful business. People must have faith and believe in you. People must have hope and trust in you. And all of this will ensure that you have a successful lead as a business leader and as a boss. There are other business success toolkits that will also be useful. Working with teams, ensuring that you build the right strategy, having the right vision, goals, objectives, and aspiration for your business. All of these are critical things that you need to have. And they are very useful to become a successful entrepreneur. We'd like to thank you for this time that you have spared to listen to this episode. We sincerely hope that you have learned a thing or two and you'll be able to use them to develop your entrepreneurial capabilities and, of course, more importantly, to encourage you to indeed start up a business. Thank you and see you in the next episode.